Certainly been a bit of panic over the past week in regards to Cyclone Alfred. However, to reduce that panic, we're now going to talk to local member for the federal parliament, and that's the member for Longman, Mr. Terry Young. How are you, sir?
Good to see you, Shane.
Great respect to have you in the studio to finally have a chat to you after 5 years.
My pleasure, mate. It's good to see you back. Welcome.
Indeed. So let's reduce this hysteria. Let's reduce all this panic. And how is the authorities, whether it be federal, whether it be local, whether it be state, how are they coping so far?
Look, I think they're doing the best they can. It's always difficult in these situations because, as we know from the various reports we've had over the last week, this cyclone's a bit unusual. It's moving around and bouncing around a lot more than most traditional sort of cyclones. And there's a lot of reasons for that, that a lot of experts are giving us advice on. But, I think that what we've got to do is just use a lot of common sense in these sort of situations and take precautions. And just once you've done all you can do, then it's just time to buckle down. And, we're going to get some winds. I'm more probably concerned about the rain that's going to hit us, which, the latest reports that I've heard is going to be, later tonight, because flooding, as we know, in this community can be quite severe. So I think that we've just got to be smart about it. There's no reason to panic, but, we just need to be sensible about it. And don't be blasé either, for goodness sake. And when I've been around and driving down the streets, people have done the right thing. They've taken anything that could be a projectile out of their yard, all these sorts of things. And that's smart. People have been sandbagging as best they can. So I think, as a community, we've done well to prepare. That's all you can do is prepare and then buckle down. There's a game of footy on tonight with the Dolphins, mate. So it might be an opportunity to sit there and watch the footy.
Indeed.
And let's hope and pray that the rain doesn't come as badly as they're predicting and that we have minimal flooding.
Indeed so. And look, we're a good community in the Moreton Bay, in all of Queensland, I might add. Queenslanders are quite sensible because they deal with these storms every year. And we get large rains up here. So we have it built into our DNA, basically, to just deal with it. But there has been some panic buying, and there's been all sorts of things, and people evacuating everywhere. You don't really need to do that, I don't think, because it's not a Category 4 or 5. It's a Category 1, borderline 2. Big difference.
There is, Shane. And look, I think people have got to go where they're at. And some people are naturally more anxious. Other people are more peaceful about things. I was just over at the emergency centre here at the Memorial Hall in the town square.
Are they ready? Ready?
No, they are. And they've got people in there now. And I was talking to a bunch of people who were sitting around the table, and they were from Bribie. And they just said, we're on the water and we're a little bit concerned. So we made our way over here, and that's their choice. And they're sitting there very comfortably, and they're looking forward to waiting out the cyclone in a building that they feel comfortable in. And there's many other people who are just saying, look, I've done what I can at home. I feel safe at home, and I'm just going to play it by ear. And good luck to them.
Indeed so. And that's the kind of message we want to get out there to everybody. Be responsible. Make sure your own backyard is all cleared up. You haven't got trampolines just laying about. Make sure it's all put down, tied down, whatever. And just make sure that you look after each other. That's the important thing.
100%.
Look after your neighbours and friends and family. That's important.
Yeah, correct. And look, I also think that, download that council dashboard that's going to have the latest updates. You've got a terrific website for 1015.
Yes.
That's putting out a lot of information. So I encourage people to be staying up to date, looking at that as well.
And on our website with a podcast, with the latest cyclone updates, guess what? It's got all the dashboards. It's got links to all these things. So you can go to that here. You can actually hear this podcast in that same location, plus all the other information we got. Terry, I always appreciate you coming in here.
Mate, I love coming in. It's a great station. And people forget that this station, the primary reason it was set up was because to get out information about disasters. That's the reason this station exists. And they do a great job, and I commend you guys for all you're doing. So well done.
Thank you so much, sir. And thank you for coming in today, Terry.
No problems, mate. Always a pleasure.
And don't forget to check out the information back on that podcast section of our website, and you'll see all the latest details and this interview at 1015fm.com.au/podcast, keeping your community and friends and family all connected on 1015.